Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is May the 17th, 2023. And yes, it has. It has been a good day here so far, as usual, so as it usually would be, and had a great time. So, meanwhile, we talk about everybody, and everybody here are very happy today, is happy to be here. And we're going to talk about the NBA Conference Finals. Well, the conference finals starts, the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, anyway, last night the Nuggets won, and the Lakers went in a comeback but failed. And yes, it has. LeBron James got shooting a lot of threes, and yes, it has. But then the Nuggets came and won the game. They take one game nothing in the series in the conference East in the Western Conference Finals. So here's what happened last night. Now, last night in this game, the Nuggets had a tremendous game. They had a tremendous lead, and this is actually in one of Nuggets have been what could be the best team ever to win the conference championship and on the way to the NBA Finals. Now, last night, those that turned into Game One of the Western Conference Finals between the Nuggets and the Lakers were treated to the absolute spectacular performance by Knuckle Droppers. The two-time MVP sent on days of on perhaps the biggest days of his career thus far, captured the attention of national diners, and they was 132 to 123, 132 to 126 win. Not only the Jaguars received widespread praise from basketball fans around the world on Tuesday night, but he also earned his flowers from some of his peers. Jaguars faced Tuesday night's win with a suffering stat sheet, competing with 34 points on 12 or 17 shooting, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists, which all of which were team highs. His still showing quickly made an impression on fellow NBA stars such as Donovan Mitchell and Dre Long, took to Twitter along with other players to recognizing the greatness of this year's MVP winning up. Now, now Canada will not just beat the Lakers. What we see now, the game one performances against the Lakers was more of the same for Jackers this postseason. In 12 games so far this playoffs, the 28-year-old is averaging a triple double, 31.0 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 10.1 assists, while shooting 55.9% from the field and 51.2% from below the arc. Jack's, Jack's output has allowed the Nuggets to be spectacular and effectively as a team on offense, as was the case on Tuesday. If the Star Center can keep this up as the series against the Lakers continues, Denver should feel good about its chances to punch a ticket to this year's NBA Finals. So now, what the Lakers did, they did nothing. They didn't start the Nuggets. They didn't start Jefferson. Yes, it has. The center of the Denver Nuggets did his job. He did his job, and he got ain't funny. And now the Nuggets have had a lead in 1-0. The game two and the Western Conference Finals starts. The game two of the Western Conference Finals starts Wednesday. I mean tomorrow. Tomorrow, game two starts tomorrow again on ESPN. Now we talked about this, and now the Lakers. Now the Los Angeles Lakers, well, they were had the best. They had the best, and the Lakers did come back. And let's just see. Now you know what can happen we're not sure for sure, but this is what it is. You know, and you think about this game for sure. Well, anyway, you had the game so far, and you know, you really want to do something about it. You really want to get something about it. But there you have it. There you go. This and that. It is what it is. So yeah. Now this had to become this had to be a devastating blow to the Lakers in Game One. When they lost the game out on the wall, we had said that's in the times. You can't let the guard down for real. LeBron James had never let the guard down, but he didn't have any help. Well, anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do it for sure. It is a scene. It's what it is. Real. You're the smartest player in the NBA. LeBron James has everything, for sure, and that's for sure. And I can no, I can. That's what they were doing. But yeah, for sure, you do something. That is absolutely, definitely the best thing. So now we're turning to the Celtics and the Heat once again. Celtics and the Heat. How about this? You guys see this? The Celtics and the Heat, and you know how this goes. It goes everything. I mean, just like last year's conference finals, Game Seven of last year, the Heat had beaten. Well, the Heat had been beaten by the Celtics. In a tremendous game I was seeing. Now, let's go back. 2011. Let's go back. 2010. Celtics beat the Heat 4 games to one in Game Five in the first round. Then 2011, Heat beat the Celtics 4 games to two. Then 2012 Game Seven, LeBron James had forced the Celtics in Game Seven back in 2012 for the Heat. Went to the house, took it to the house. LeBron James has scored a lot of points to get to the NBA Finals and win the NBA championship for the first time. LeBron and you know how it goes. You know how it goes that it might be. Yes, the Heat have been unbelievable so far. They won back-to-back titles 2012, 2013, but failed in 2014 to beat the Spurs. Then last year in 2012, 2022, last year in 2022, uh, the Boston Celtics have never looked back. They're beating the Heat up by 4 points, and they won the game. They went to the NBA Finals, but lost to the Warriors the last season. So now the game is tonight. Who they're gonna play? Who they're gonna win? It doesn't matter. It did not matter for real. Yeah, let's go to the Boston Globe. Now Jalen Brown had another message for TD Garden fans. He'll set this Heat game one. Now it looks like this. With the latest edition of Celtics Heat set to get underway tonight in Boston, Jalen Brown knows his team will take an advantage they can get. pulled to Game 7 of the previous series. Brian had a distant message for Celtic fans. Be loud. Celtics fans, y'all love to call us out, right? Brown said at a post press conference. He says, I'm going to call you guys out this time. The energy in the garden has been okay. At best, all playoffs. Game 7. If you're there or if you're not there, if you're at home, if you're watching a, a bar, if you're watching down the street at a friend's house, I don't care. I need you to be up. I need you to come with the energy because we're going to need every bit of it. No excuses. We need everybody. Boston fans respond, and Brian and his teammates have epileptically dismissed the 76ers from the playoffs with a unanimous win. Now, just come with it, Brian said when asked what he wants from the crowd. Bring that same energy. Bring the juice. Energy is about to shift. Browns, the energy is about to shift. Court is a throwback to his tweet from January 2022 that turned out to be presented. After a slow start to the season, Boston turned on the gas and finished 2 wins short on the NBA title. Boston has played Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2 of the last 3 seasons. The Heat won in 6 games in 2020, when the Celtics came away with a win in 7 games a year ago. So what this season showed you how how the Celtics are. The Celtics are the Warriors. The Celtics are the Warriors, now. They can do this. They can beat the Heat once again. Again, they can beat the Heat again. And that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do, and that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen in the postseason, what's going to happen in the Eastern Conference Finals is what they're going to talk about, and it's going to talk about years to come, whether we will like it or not. The Celtics are the diehard fans. They are these fans are Celtic diehards. And let's not forget, but what this team is all about is, well, you do what you gotta do. You gotta do it. That's a good thing. That's everybody's message. So we see what they find out. Now let's go. Now we go to the Boston Globe, and it says now the man behind the Heat is Pat Riley, still at work to beat the rival Celtics. Now here it is. Now he said now. Well, to know that Pat Riley left with the Knicks back in 1995, where he's about 50 years old, right? Oh, well, he was about. Well, anyway, it didn't matter his age. Now look at this. He's 78 years old. What's his magic behind the scenes? It looks like, again, Michael Douglas or Gordon Gutta. You probably won't hear his opinions about Celtics versus Heat. Like Bill Belichick, Pat Riley believes in one voice for the organization, and that voice should be the team's head coach. Riley is in Boston this weekend, just as he was here in 1984, 85, and 87 when the NBA staged the Celtics Lakers Alfredo 3-act play the villain in the NBA into prime time. Must see TV. Well, say hello to the Riley if we see him downtown, and know that he is the man behind the Miami Heat. You're watching this week and Nets. The Heat president is still calling, still a genius or NBA team building in it forever. Accepted rival, and Nemesis. He's the man who held Hall of Famer Bond Eric Esposo, Eric Spoelstra to follow him as head coach in 2008. Wiley has built a roster of 15 top guys, including 7 undrafted players, and they're in the conference finals for the third time in 4 seasons. They're also a number 8 seed that had to endure 2 play-in games just to make that tournament. The Heat had guy Duncan Robinson, who played at 3 division rounds, and another guy, Hayward Hanna Smith, who played at Division Two. Well, in 46% of Miami's regular season minutes, the still were playing by players who were never drafted. Wily guys, tough guys. Wally is the man who convinced LeBron James that he should take his talents to Southeast, that producing a couple of championships for the Miami franchise. Riley has been behind the curtain for 4 Celtic Heat Conference Finals, dating back to 2012, where the LeBron James Heat beat Doc Weber's Celtics in a Game 7 in Miami. Pat Riley is basketball history. Now, we're going to do well. Now we're going to check. Now we're going to believe that this is how it's all the process. Now this matchup really dates back. Now Pat Riley was a coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and they had when they first started when they beat the set of the sisters in the early '80s, back in 1980 and back in 1982. But then he lost to the. But then he lost that game. The set of the sisters that while, but that was about 1983 when they lost 4 games by the Celtics Sisters. And then they lost to the Celtics back in '84, Game 7 in the NBA Finals. So, but then he came back. Then he came back and won the Game 6 in the NBA Finals to beat the Celtics. And then lost to the Rockets in Game 5, 5 games to 1. 4 games to 1. But then came back to win the game to beat the Celtics back in '87 in Game 6 at home. And then again, they beat the Pistons back in 1988, but then lost to the Pistons in 4 games in 1989. So now, what's happening here for us is Pat Riley's season on. He's the president of the Miami Heat now. He built his team. He shared his word. He wants the Heat to beat the Celtics. That's what he's going to do tonight, just like they did to the Heat back in 2020 in the fall. But you know what, guys? It's everybody's game. It will be everybody's game. Everything can happen. So this is how. So now I think I can get. So anyway, this is gonna go on and on and on. That will be tonight. So now, what I do know is, wow, you never know. You never know it's gonna come. And I got a hint too. This is actually one of the best. This is one of the best guys I can never ever see. So tonight, the Heat and the Celtics, they will do it again. They will do it again, and they're gonna do it tonight at 8:30 on TNT. That will be tonight. You gotta watch it. It's gonna be cool to watch for us, and I can't wait. That's gonna be the end of this television. That's gonna be the end of this YouTube thing. I hope I see you again tomorrow. I hope. Please subscribe this video and enjoy this. Until then, I'm Jessica. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Till then, take care.